In this video, I will walk you through the design process from start to finish. I will cover how to select an item, find a design, add artwork, logos, and text. I will also cover some common quirks you may run into. So let's get started. On the home page, you'll see a few options. If you have an existing account, you can log in. If you want to create an account, you can also do that. This is not necessary to start designing, but it's there if you want. In future design steps, you will have this option again. And we also have a button out here. If you have any questions, you can email us. To get started designing, click on the Start Designing button. The items that we currently have in our 3D builder will pop up. Today I'm going to choose a men's wrestling singlet. After selecting an item, you need to input some starting information. And then once you're ready, click Select a Design. On this screen, you will see your design options you can choose from. You can easily change the design in the future. You're not locked in to your first choice. So I'm going to select this design. After the 3D builder is launched, we see our design with the colors we chose on it. There is a menu that displays on the builder. Depending on if you're on a desktop or a mobile device, it'll be either on the left or at the bottom of the screen. And let's just go through these options. So the top one is a shirt icon. This is where you select styles and design elements, and you can also edit them there. The color palette is just that. This is where you change most of the colors on your design. The T is for text. This is where you add text. You can edit text. Right below it is an image icon. This image icon is where you add images, logos, and also edit those. There's a comment button. This is where you will add any comments you have for the designer. This is the save and submit icon. There is a question mark, and this is just the information I'm telling you right now. And there's an undo and a redo button. All right, so let's start updating the design. We're gonna start by clicking on the shirt icon here. All right, and in this next screen here, you're gonna see a bunch of options. The options that appear here are specific to the item. So the options we see here for a wrestling singlet would obviously be different than if this was wrestling headgear. There is one major difference between the design area and the extras area, and that is where you change the colors. All the design options get their colors changed in the color palette. All the extra color options get changed right here. So let's choose a different style. Let's click on the style. The builder itself is built to be pretty quick, so you can preview new options pretty quickly on here. I'm gonna go ahead and choose Ascend. Now there's one big thing to remember, and this applies to almost every menu in the builder, is that the select button is also the save button. Anytime you want to make a change to your design, to your text, to your image, you make the change and then you have to click the select button to save it. Okay, so after I click on the select, I'm going to add a side panel, and I'm just going to use my mouse. I'm going to rotate the model just so I can see the side a little bit better. There we go. I'm going to select takedown. Click select to save, and next I'm going to add a cuff. Okay, angle 3 looks good, so I'm going to click select to save. All right, and there we go. We got a good start to our design. Now let's take a look at the extras right below. Extras again are specific to the item, so let's go ahead and click on piping. With the piping, you can change color here. Change color. You know what? I'm just going to leave it as red. Click on that. Select, and the inseam, which currently is red. Now on the inseam, you can see an option to have it display or not. You can select it either yes or no. So currently it's on no. If I click on yes, let's see, and there you can see that it now appears. Some design elements are required, like the piping. Others, like this one, are optional. I am going to change the color. I'm just going to go ahead and click that cyan, and again, I'm going to click on select. And the last thing is the logo. I'm going to choose position 7, and I'm going to change the colors. How about I change it to silver? And there is an outline color. I'm just going to have the outline color blend into the cyan, so I'm just going to select that same cyan color. Select, and I'm going to hit select again just to make sure that everything's saved. There we go. Okay. I want to change some colors on it. Let's take a look at the color palette. Now when you click on the color palette, we'll see the names associated with designs. And those options, they do change depending on what design you choose. So let's change the colors. All right, it looks good except for the inseam. We can navigate just back up to the shirt icon, click on that, and click on inseam. All right, that looks good. Now while I'm here too, actually I'm going to change the piping. And let's just take a look at the logo on the back. So let's go ahead and change that logo color as well. All right, we have our design and color choices done. Let's add our team name to the singlet. Click on the T icon. There's two ways to add text to the item: horizontal text and vertical text. First, I will go with horizontal text. I'm going to add my team name, and you can see a preview at the bottom here. Depending on if you're using a desktop or a mobile version, the desktop is real easy to see. The mobile version, you will have to scroll to your preview. And I'm going to change this color. I already know I want to use white text, so I'm going to click on white, and the preview shows up a little bit better. Next, I'm going to change the font. I'll choose Russo 1. Once that's popped up, I'm going to adjust the spacing. That's the letter spacing. 6 looks good. I am going to add an outline to it. One technique with the outlines is, actually I'm going to turn the outline on first. Okay, so this outline is at 2, and if you look at it, you really cannot see it. What I like to do is just choose a bright bold color, and that way I can see how the outline works. And once I like what I see, which just looks good to me, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the color that I want to use on the design. So this is navy. I'm not going to add outline 2, and stretching it, as you can see, you can stretch the letters vertically if you like, or you can stretch them horizontally. Yeah, something like that looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and click and save. And this will bring us to the placement area. Since we designed the text, now we need to place it onto the model, and we do need to choose a spot. There is quick placements. These are pre-selected areas. This is some common areas that customers will add their text to, so we try to add those into the quick placements. And the custom placement lets you manually place a text anywhere your mouse clicks. I usually use a combination of the two, and let me show you. So for this text, I want it to be on the front, and I just want it to be just under the chest. So I do have a quick placement for that, so I'm going to click on under chest. There we go. That looks good, but I do want it a little bit lower. This is a good starting point for me. So after it's put onto the model, I'm going to go ahead and click on custom placement. And when I'm in custom placement, I can just use my mouse and I can click on the model, and wherever I click is where the text will go. It looks good. Now in this menu, you can either click on accept to accept it, or you can also click on select to save. And once it's saved, you come into this screen. This is the edit menu, and this menu is pretty much the same for the text and when we add images. You can increase and decrease the size. You can rotate, and then you can go back into the original text, and you can change the text if you like. And it does have custom placements if you want to move it quickly to a different point. It also has a remove art feature. For some reason, if you don't want this on your model anymore, just come in here, click on remove art, and that will allow you to remove any text or any image. All right, so that's the text. Let's move on to adding logos and some artwork. So I'm going to click on the image icon. When I click on that, there are 3 choices. From new upload, this is what to click on if you want to upload an image from your device. From the uploads gallery, if you've already uploaded an image from your device, this is where it'll appear in the future. And from the clip art gallery, this is our collection of artwork that you're free to use. So let's start with from new upload. I'm going to click on that. And I want to show you 2 of the most common files that are uploaded by customers. So I'm going to choose my file. And the first one is a PNG file. So I'm going to click on that, I'm going to upload it, and now it's in here. So I'm going to add my art by clicking on add art. Once the image is added, it brings you to this screen. You can change the name if you like, and it's got 2 features. In case there's a white background or a black background, you can remove those backgrounds. And once you're ready, go ahead and click select. And it's got the same choices, the quick placement choices as the text. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on the left thigh. And I'm going to click on custom placement just to move it up a little. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to click accept to save. And we have the same edit functions as we did in the text. In this case, I'm just going to leave as is, and I'm going to upload a JPEG file now. So I'm just going to click on select. Okay, I'm going to click on image again, and same thing with the text. If I ever need to update it, move the position, make it bigger, smaller, you can just click on the edit button and you'll get right into this edit screen again. And next I'm going to upload a JPEG file. I am going to come here to from new upload, click on that, and I'm going to choose this JPEG, Spartan Helmet 1 JPEG. It's ready to roll, add art. This is a pretty common thing that we do see. It's a JPEG file that has a white background like this, and this is why we added these features down here. Click on remove white. You can see that it takes away the white background for you, and then you can go ahead and select that. Once that's removed, you can go ahead and put this one on the right thigh. So there's that one, and I'm just going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to remove this piece of art. So if I want to delete a piece of artwork, you just simply click on remove art. Anytime you want to delete an image or text, just click on the gray remove art button, and yes I do. Okay, so that image is gone, and I'm going to upload one last version, which is really common for us to see too. Upload new, click on this. In this version, you can see that the background is not just a solid white, and if I click on either remove white or black, it does nothing. And if this is the best version you have for a mock-up, it definitely will work. The design that you're creating doesn't go straight to the manufacturer. Before manufacturing, your design will be updated by a designer here at GoOrnit. I'm going to add this logo to the back. So I'm just going to rotate the model here. I'm going to click select, and I'm going to put it on the back. When we're placing the images like this, we're not really worried about sizing yet. We're more worried about just getting it onto the model so we can get to the edit screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and click select. Now I can adjust the size. I'm gonna make it smaller. Go ahead and click select. Come over here to the comments section, and if you click on this, just add a note for our designer. The designer will know once he gets this mock-up that you don't want the blue background. He's got a note right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click select to save that. So now we have a logo on the left front leg, we have a logo on the back, and I'm going to add one more image from our clip art gallery. Click on the image icon again. You will see both the images that we've added to the designer right up top here if you need to edit anything. Alright, so I'm going to next add some artwork from our clip art gallery. So I'm going to go ahead and click on clip art gallery. There we go. One of the great features about our clip art gallery is we made it for most of the artwork that's in there. You can actually change the colors on the piece of artwork. Let me just show you an example. So I'm going to change the plume and cape just so you can see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to change this to a Carolina blue. Let's click on that one. Select that, and you can see that the color of the cape and the plume changed. For this example, I'm just going to make him. I'm going to make him all silver. Okay, there we go. Okay, so once you select your colors with the clip art, we're ready to place it onto the model. So I'm going to go ahead and click select. Got the quick placements. For this piece of art, I want to put it on the side of the singlet, and I don't have a quick placement option for that, so I'm just going to have to use custom placement, and I'm going to rotate the model before I place it just so I can see the side. So I'm going to put it on the right side here, and I'm just going to use custom placement. So I click on custom placement and then move my mouse over to the side, click where I want it. This placement looks good. When we're placing it, we're not worried about sizing yet. We just want to get it onto the model, so we're good here. I'm going to click accept, which will take us into the edit screen. And once we're in here, I'm going to increase the size. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to click select to save it. That looks good. Now we're ready to save it and also submit the design. So next I'm going to click on the save and submit icon over here. And when I click on this, there's two different options that'll pop up. First, you can sign in right here. Otherwise, if this is your first time here and you don't have an account, you can sign up. We want very limited information to start, just your name, a good contact email, and then you create a password. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to sign in. Once you're logged in or you've created a new account, you will be transported to the same spot, which is your account. It's the back end of the builder. Your design is now saved. Also, an email got sent off to our customer service team, and what they do is once they get your design, they'll send you an email back just with some information on how to proceed. If you have any other questions, click on one of our links to contact us, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions that you have.